From the summer of last year, when I was given the business lead for stalking, it was clear at that point that across the organisation, a lot of our staff really didn't recognise what stalking was in terms of the law and stalking behaviours. There had been a pilot by a community interest company called Veritas Justice to see if there was a need to provide support and advocacy for victims of stalking in Brighton in 2016. That pilot, which was funded by the Police and Crime Commissioner, clearly identified that there was a continued need for some support for those victims. So it was really important for officers and staff and partners across the county to understand what stalking is, so we could ensure that victims were given the best service that we could. So that's in terms of understanding stalking behaviours and recording the crime correctly early on to put the right support measures and support around them to ensure the best outcome for victims and survivors, as well as dealing and managing the perpetrators and their behaviours. So the training package covered a number of aspects, which was really important. The first aspect was around the actual legality, the law, what definitions of stalking or working definition of stalking was. The second piece was around identifying and recognising stalking behaviours, things like the leaving of gifts, the approach behaviours, following people, the cyber element, criminal damage, burglary. And the third part of the training was very much around why victims behave in a certain way, and that is crucial for partners and us to understand what it's like from a victim's perspective. Whilst there is no legal definition of stalking in the statute, there is a working definition that talks about 5 really important words, and those 5 words relate to behaviours which are obsessive and fixated, the behaviours are persistent, repeated, and they are unwanted. But that obsessive and fixated nature of that perpetrator's behaviour is what's really crucial in recognising that it's a stalking crime and not a harassment crime.